How's it everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Sanctum Gamer here, and we are back once again in Coral Reeches, getting ready to continue on our expansion from the last video. And we started off looking down at the stadium under construction that we built in the last episode, and I want to start off today by doing a little bit of cleanup on the stadium, and then we're gonna continue expansion, and I want to go off in sort of that direction and try and see if I can get a couple of places down. But looking at this thing, this is something that a couple of people did pick on, is that, you know, I completely forgot to sort out some of these floating pillars and stuff like that. So I want to start off by doing all of that. But also somebody left a comment, thank you, I don't remember who the person is, as to how I can change or set my weather systems. And before, we used to have a climate tab amongst all of these tabs, but it seems all of that has been moved under simulation, and in simulation you now have a weather and climate setting, and this then allows you to set your climate time, temperature. It allows you to set your rain, which is precipitation, as well as your cloudiness. So this allows me to now have at least a consistent look throughout the video, something that I'm very, very happy about. When I was looking at this area post all of my building, I've realized that I'm not going to get a lot of foot traffic coming through here, and it's something that I would like to address. And I was looking at this and thinking to myself that if I could have one or two buildings in this place that could draw some foot traffic, it will give this place a little bit of life and make it hopefully look a little bit better. So that's something that I want to do. I'm going to play around with a couple of buildings in and around this space, maintain some of the park area, but then maybe convert little pockets like this that I haven't put any sort of eateries and stuff down into maybe a building or two, and then let's just see if that's gonna help with any of the foot traffic that I'm hoping that I can see in this place. I'm gonna do a little bit of building in this area as well, but first I really want to start off in this little corner. We're just gonna move a couple of these things up and down, try and make the construction come alive a little bit, and then let's see what we can make this entire area look like in terms of getting some of the buildings in place. Everybody, let's get building. Alrighty, I think this would be a good place to pause because I've ended up building way more than I thought I was going to do. I thought I was just going to do the immediate area around the airport, goodness me, around the stadium. And here I am busy filling out with a whole lot of residential and commercial as I continue the expansion of the city. And we're starting to get some rain, which is something I've not had in a while, so I'm not going to complain. I quite like it. So here we are. You know what, this spot over here, I was trying to see what I could do about getting something that looks like a construction site going, so a building under construction. But the more I look at it, the more I realize that I don't need to put in all of this extra like platforms or whatever you want to call it, because it looks a little bit more out of place. And maybe just putting a couple of cranes like this on top of the buildings will give the look that I want, which is that I want this place to look like it is undergoing quite a lot of construction. There's a lot of renovation going on all over the place, but it's nice to have little spots like this where the entire building is undergoing massive renovation, whereas a spot like this is probably just an expansion to, you know, keep going higher and higher or something like that. So I'm gonna try and put a few more of these sort of cranes things all over the place. Can I change their color? Let's see if I can change their color. I can change the color, so I can get a, what's this thing, this yellow color-ish thing coming, which I think most of them tend to be anyways, which looks a whole lot better and it stands out a whole lot more. I like that. Let me grab this and just maybe give this one that same color as well. There we go. So I am mixing in a whole bunch of stuff here. I want this place to look a little bit more oldish because it is sort of an extension of this part of the city. So I'm dumbing down a lot of the colors into these sort of dull gray, I don't know, brownish reddish colors, and then I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna blend all of that into the beach that I want to build over here, which I think will be very nice for a lot of the residents. And I'm still thinking whether or not I want to go a little bit higher as I move in that direction, or if I want to maintain this sort of medium density, medium height over on this side as I start blending it all into this place. So as we start coming closer to this area, I'm gonna reshape all of this place. I think I'm gonna make this more sort of sea line with what's this thing, keys and stuff with the roads, and then I'm gonna bring everything down to meet this one by whatever row houses that we've got over on that side. My customer thing is just getting out of hand now. This lack of customers thing is now starting to get out of hand. But somebody left a comment in the previous video saying something about there having been a bug around the electronics production, and that has been fixed or something like that, and that could be the cause. If that is the case, well then, you know, I don't know, it is what it is. This one sells food, this one sells food, this sells chemicals, and I'm sure it's just all sorts of different things. So I don't know what's happening. If anybody has any clues, let me know. If anybody else is experiencing the same problem, let me know. Give me some tips on how I can get that sorted. But otherwise, here we go. Also, look at this. I'm starting to get human traffic starting to use these paths that I built over here, which is awesome. And I think that has been helped by the fact that I've got these commercial buildings over here, and I've got this, I think this is a residential building, right? Yes, this is this is an office building. But anyways, it helps a little bit. I might just replace this with a residential building just so I can get more foot traffic in and around the space, but it is what it is. But the place is starting to come alive. I'm starting to see people moving up and down, which is good. This area is also coming together. This is where the Northeast pack is coming in handy. I believe assets like this are part of that asset because they do have that oldish look, which I like. And then some of these I think are from the new CCPs, which I think also look quite fantastic. And it's nice to break down the architecture or break up the architecture from time to time with something that looks a little bit different. But yeah, this is where we are at. Gonna keep on expanding. Wanna see if I can get all of this area filled in, and then if we've got some time, we'll perhaps start expanding into the space. Alrighty, let's take a pause, see where we are at. So I wanted this place to just be jam-packed full of buildings, as we are sort of starting to transition away from the main city center and we're going into this place. And I'm trying to get a couple of these down. I did mention that I was going to be doing it, and I don't think it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look too bad. With the limited assets that I have, I'm gonna do the best that I can for areas where I'm doing construction. I don't want to also over detail, because I know I'll just spend way too much time on it, and I'm pretty sure already all of this is probably adding up to a lot longer than I think. So this entire avenue is now completely filled up. This road has been joined. We've shaped up this place a little bit. We're gonna fill in all of this area, and then I think I'll have a dedicated time where I will try and make the shoreline along all of this place look a little bit better. Maybe add some paths and all of that stuff. But for now, gonna continue filling in all of this area. I think this place will be a continued expansion of a space like this, but then convert this area into some kind of a city park, and then maybe bring something out over into the sea here. I'm not 100% sure, but I shall see. We are creeping towards the 200,000 population mark, an achievement I never managed to do in Cities 1. So this is fantastic. I think this place is blending together nicely as I'm getting the density that I want. I really do want this entire place to remain dense, because we are still in the main core of the city, and all of this is going to blend out into this space and then bring it all together. I want to see if I can't get ships coming all the way into this area and make this like a nice narrow corridor where boats navigate their way in and out. I don't think I want a ship stop here though. It's something that I did consider, but I think this might just be overkill. But I never actually tested it. So if I have a look at it over here, yeah, I won't be able to fit it in. I would have to do quite a bit of demolition to get this to get in, but maybe we can put it somewhere around here, and then I've got a nice corridor of ships coming in and just get some activity going in the space. But everybody, things are looking good. I'm liking the construction looking type thing, even though you can't really see it. Oh man, I really wish I could see more of the cranes from afar, but it looks like they clip when you're too far. But oh well, it is what it is. We're going to continue our building over in this space, and let's see if this can take us to the end of the video. Alrighty, we are done. Okay, so I have managed to get a park in here, one that stands out quite a bit, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to use this very bright green surface that it will make it stand out nicely. And originally I had wanted to make this entire space a big park, but I decided to rather change things up a bit and let it be like a park that is sort of developed around existing buildings. So you can imagine all of these were here before, and then this park then came in and they decided to reclaim a little bit of this area and convert it into an area that people can sit. I am not a big fan of this color. I want a lot of the buildings in this space to be a whitish shade more than anything else. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. That stands out a little bit more. And then this one will just be one of those old buildings that is just over there. I managed to squeeze in 2 elementary schools over on this side. So I've got this one that's giving me 1,200 and this one that's just giving me 800 people. And the reason I did that is because I am very, very bad on elementary school, so I thought let me try and get a couple in. They fit in with the entire surrounding. It doesn't look like a school, so don't think of these as a school. They are all part of the entire space. And then over here I decided to make use of these urban promenades, I think, however it's pronounced. I think it's promenades, they said, because it's French, right? Anyways, so I made use of these assets that came out. I think they fit here very, very nicely. It's given this place a nice like upmarket look that is nice, and I don't know, you know, it's a lavish place to live, right? And I keep forgetting that I want to try and make the colors consistent across the board, just so that I don't have these different shades of things happening all over the place. There we go. And this one is also a different set of shades, so let me go ahead and update these ones, and now we've got something that's looking decent. And then these are a sort of whitish color. Maybe I might update these as well, who knows. But yeah, everybody, we've managed to fill in all of the space, which I am loving the way this is looking. I want to create more things like this, so extend this out into the sea a little bit more, maybe around this area. But something that I really was considering was introducing, what's this thing, a ship harbor over on this side, and see if I can get some ships moving in and out of this place. So I'll adjust this place a little bit just so that I can try and get some ships coming in, and then modify this bridge just a little bit bigger, and then we can increase the size of this island just a little bit and to make it look a nice kind of way. But before I do that, I managed to get myself the following. So I got me city controller mod. Here we go. And this mod allows me to pull up a nice little menu, which then allows me to pull up the companies and hide all of this rubbish and all of that rubbish, which I honestly could care less for. Now my city looks a little bit more decent, but I think I'll put the high resource cost back, because I want to try and get rid of all of them by building stuff that will produce, what's this thing, beverages. But at least by hiding all that not enough customers think the city looks a little bit better, and I'm happy with this. All right, everybody, this is looking good. We've got this place looking very, very nice. And now what I want to do is that I want to try and just get a ship harbor in here and get some boats moving in, just to see what all of that is going to look like, and then we will be calling it quits for the day. All right, everybody, we've got this thing in, and okay, it doesn't have electricity for now, so let's see. Let me make a quick plan and just get it some electricity and water so that we can proceed. Alrighty, I just added something quick, just connected an underground power line and an underground water and sewer line, and now this building is officially active, and I'm hoping that I will get 1 or 2 vehicles start using it. I see a purple line. I think there's something coming, but because there's obviously no activity in this area, I'm not expecting it to be too busy. But as we develop all of this, I am hoping that all of this area will then get nice and active. I also decided to upgrade this bridge over here into the nice big bridge. Somebody left a comment on the previous video that said that the bridge here should be an iconic bridge. It should be something that stands out a bit, and I thought this one will fit quite nicely. And I like the way the dock or the harbor stands out in the background. I think it looks pretty cool, and once we start seeing ships and boats and everything coming in and out of here, I think this whole area is going to come alive very nicely. In the next video, I am hoping that we can complete this entire area. So fill out this space. I want to do some detailing on the water. So bring a couple of things into the water, give the place a little bit of life, and then complete this entire bay-like area. And then try and see if we can get this entire place blended into one nice cohesive unit. I don't know what I'm going to do, but we'll figure it all out in the next video. But for today, that's it, everybody. We are done. I think this place is coming together very nicely. I am very happy. And if you are happy and you are enjoying this, please be sure to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button as well if you've been here a while and you haven't done so already. And don't forget to turn on all of the notifications so you don't miss a single video. All of that stuff will be greatly appreciated. Big thanks to all of my patrons and YouTube members for all the extra support you continue to choose to show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Enjoy the cinematics of our expanding area, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.